Hi everyone, back today with another Glory of the Delver Mount video. This one is Nightfall Sanctum. This one is Kryon Sanctum, and you can get the Daystormer achievement in here. And I did get it in this video. I'm going to show you how I did it. The important thing to remember is with these additional achievements, the Daystormer and the swimming achievement and all of those other ones, the individual achievements, the spider senses and all of that, you have to do it on Delve 8, tier 8 or higher, or it doesn't count. So just to be mindful of that. So I did manage to get the achievement in here, and I did find all of the boxes while I was doing it. You can see here, this first box was pretty difficult to reach, actually. I had to jump and then run around and back, even though the delve wanted me to kind of get fired across the room. I wasn't sure if I was able to get the boxes after I'd finished the boss, and I didn't want to risk it. So I just did it while I was in here. So I suppose it doesn't hurt because I cleared these ads before the end, and I did come back this way. I did run back through here in the end. But yeah, so it's not a total waste of time. It does count. It does create a little bit more of a runaround, but it did get me that treasure box. I am using handy notes to go and find the treasure boxes. So definitely use that if you're not already and you haven't got all of the treasure boxes in the delves. It just saves a lot of hunting time. So to get the Daystormer achievement in here, you need to not stand inside any of the purple rings. You cannot trigger the little cannon that shoots at you. And to do that, it's pretty simple. And even for somebody as good as standing in the stuff as I am, just go slow. Wait for the rings to shrink. You can see here they get big and then they shrink, and they get big and then they shrink, and it's for a predictable time frame. So don't try to sneak in if you're not sure when it's going to get big again. Don't take the chance. Just wait for it to grow small and then go. So for this one, you can see that big purple dome thing. There are these little vases, I guess, vessels around the purple bubble. And you need to click on them. Some bubbles have one, some bubbles have three. I think one bubble have four. So you basically you need to click on them to make the bubble disappear. And that's how you complete this delve. So there's the starting point here. You can see I got distracted, treasure box, because, treasure box, need them for the achievement. But you can see I ran right past it and then I had to come back. The thing you need to start the delve is right up there inside that circle. So wait for it to be small, run in, click it, run out. So patience is what's going to get you that Daystormer achievement. So now that you've started the delve, triggered it off, you can go and collect those little vessels. And like I said, some of them have more, some of them have less. And always clicking on the little vessels around the purple bubble means you have to work around a ring, at least one, sometimes many. And just take a moment to really study the pattern. It makes a big difference if you know what you're doing. You can see here there's a lot of overlap. The ring actually goes over the thing I have to click. And clicking the thing is not instant. You need to give it a couple of seconds to work. So make sure you've given yourself the time you need around the rings to achieve that. Just give it the time. I did find running around the edges in most cases what was working the best for me. Don't try to run in between the rings unless you have to. Like if there's a vessel there that you need to click on, you run between the rings because it's part of the delve. But for the most part, going around the outside meant that I interacted with it as little as possible. I did get the rare here, and I used Dominate Mind on another creature to help me kill it because this particular rare, it hits really hard, and I'm a clothy, so it doesn't take a lot for those kinds of things to smush me, and it's just better if you can see there it's hitting me. It's just better if it's got something else to hit. But the little buff that this guy gives is very helpful if you get mobbed by lots of things all at once. That AoE is really helpful, and it has saved my life many times. So I think it's helpful if you can. If you're confident you can kill that rare without dying to do it. So you can see here this bubble has three vessels, and all of them require me to work around rings. There are also purple mobs on the other side. You can see the big bad guy on the other side there. And I don't want to be engaging with those while I'm trying to click the vessels. They can make you lose the progress you've made, and you don't want to be fighting those while trying to get this Daystormer achievement in between the rings. So I kited them out. I triggered them and had them come to me in a nice safe spot outside of the rings. So you can see once the bubble disappears, it creates a safe space on the inside. So I started to factor that into my little purple ring avoiding, you can run into the middle. So you can see here, I've gone back to the beginning because now that I've picked up those other things, I can get that treasure box, which is just down here. I used a safe fall, but I think you could have done it without dying. It definitely would have hurt just jumping, but it enabled me to get that treasure box, which you need for the achievement for the mount. So that treasure box is a bit fiddly to get, but just so you know, if you jump from the boat, the end of the boat, the prow, I'm not sure, I don't know a lot about boats, the end of the boat, you jump off it, and you can land on the thing. Rather, it doesn't take much working. You shouldn't really miss it. So we just continue to work around these purple things and click the vessels throughout the rest of the delve. It's a pretty simple one in terms of understanding what's required. There are a lot of mechanics with standing on the ground stuff. So it is a bit fiddly, but once you understand what you're doing, it's pretty straightforward. I just wanted to take a moment to say, if you're enjoying this video, please give it a like and subscribe. It's free for you and super helpful for me. It lets the algorithm know you like the video, and it helps it show it to other people so we can help other people get this mount. If you enjoy this, go check out my other mount videos, or if you're looking for a way to make gold, just to cover your raid bills or to make a lot of gold, I have lots of options there. So go and check that out if you're interested. So we're reaching the final part of the delve here. This normally has mobs in it, but we've seen at the beginning of this delve, I came down here to get the treasure box. So that's why there aren't mobs there, but there would normally be because I killed them on the way out. So this one was just one vessel at the end. Normally, I would use Dominate Mind here. You can see that I tried. Whenever there's a cluster of lots of things I have to kill, I would make one of them my minion. But that reset the boss. The boss does come back, so don't panic. But it did reset the boss. These bosses hit very hard, so just try to avoid everything. And it's so hard because they all do something different and at different times. So you're constantly running and you miss things. You can see here I got hit a lot of times. You miss things because it's just very hard to keep an eye on all three of them. This is where running Brann as a healer is very helpful. Those potions mean I don't have to click things. I can save my cooldowns for big hits, and they are the reason I managed to make it alive to the end of this boss. It's the reason I didn't snuff it and have to start again. So run Brann as a healer if you are struggling to down this boss. I just run Brann as a healer as default because I'm very good at standing in all the things. But if you're struggling with this boss, change Brann to a healer. Pick up those pots he throws on the ground, and he does this life-saving thing once every 5 or 3 minutes, something like that, where he saves your life. Basically, if you would have died, he brings you back to 50% health. So definitely consider it. So you can see here we got the Daystormer achievement. That's all. Like and subscribe if you found it helpful, and as always, remember, girls don't play WoW.